Drive by the Cars. This was off the Heartbeat City album, 1984, I believe it was. Just a beautiful song, you know. I think it's one of the most beautiful songs ever written, actually. And of course, on the record, it's all keyboards. Just wall-to-wall keyboards. You know, it was the 80s, so I'm pretty sure it was a drum machine as well. So it has a distinctive sound. Produced by Mutt, who's one of the greatest producers in the world. But anyways, I've kind of arranged it for guitar. And what I'll do is I'll show you the chords, the basic chords, and then I'll show you the two parts. I did it in two parts. It's in the key of B. We got the capo on the 2nd fret, so we're going to play it like it's in A. So I'm going to call that like an A, and F sharp minor, B, that sort of a thing, okay? So the basic chords are A, and then we've got this A major 7th where we're just going to fret G1. It's like playing an A7, but just add the G1. And then A. And then we've got an F sharp minor and a B bar chord, right? And then we've got this chord, which is probably the most important chord in the song to me. And it's the A over an E bass. Okay, now I know a lot of guys, when they get to that point in the song, are going to play just an A, but it's definitely an E in the bass, okay? And then we've got the A major 7 with an E in the bass. You could think of that as an E6 because you're adding this C sharp note here, but it's over the E, right? So we've got this, F sharp, B, A over E bass, A major 7 over E bass, and then in the bridge it goes up to this C sharp minor and a D, a bar chord D. You could play it there if you wanted. For me, it was right there, so I did it there. Okay, so those are the basic chords. Now, you don't have to do all this picking stuff, right? Once you know these chords, you could just strum it like that, right? Strum it however way you wanted it. But I wanted to add all those keyboard lines because I think those are what kind of make the song. So let's go over what I would consider the main part first. Okay, and what I did is I just came up here. So instead of playing the A there and the A major 7 there, I'm going to play the A here. And then just, that's like an A minor, but up here. And that's going to give me my A major 7th. So from A to A major 7th, right? It's really the only difference. And then I've got these lines, okay? So the main line is, and that sounds complicated, but it's super easy. All you're going to do is pinch the open A and the A note on the D string. And then we're going to go, we're just going backwards from the B string and then forwards. So it's backwards, right? And that's all there is to that. And that, to me, that's just an awesome sound. Because you get all those notes ringing, right? Okay, so, and then it just gets into the singing, because that's like the intro, right? And sometimes you can go, just kind of lead in with that open E string. I guess you would do that 4 times. And then we've got the A. Who's gonna do? And then in the first verse, there's really nothing, so there's no fill, so you could go. Right, just keep it real simple. Okay, and then we get into the, and I'm adding that bass note, obviously, right? You can't go wrong. and just picking with the 3 fingers, right? Nothing wrong. And then we've got this A over the E bass. Who's gonna drive you home tonight? Then the second verse would start, right? Who's gonna do? And we add these fills. Okay, so get the G string and the open B, and then we're gonna slide that down while we're letting that open B string ring to this A here. And we're only really gonna hit the open A and the D string, so it's right, and boom, boom, boom with the thumb, right? Okay, and then the next fill, they're all a little bit different. So that one is just, we just go down to the A note here on the D string. Right? You just kind of have to, listen for what it is, and just kind of basically figure it out. It's really only those 4 notes there, right? Okay, and that happens a few times. And you can interchange these fills. So if you want to go, go from there, go back up there, you can do that. But I know the last one heading out of that verse into the bridge is and now we're going to go to the F sharp minor, and what I did is I just played it here because I found that an easier transition from here get to that F sharp minor there. You could also do it that way. Just don't pluck that D string, because you don't, that's an F sharp minor 7, right? So you really only want to play obviously the F sharp note on the E string and the A note and the C sharp note on the G and B string. Or, you could just go there, right? And, that's not a bad change. I just found that smoother, right? Whichever you want to do with your little finger or just bar. Okay, so then we're, you can't go on. The F sharp to the B. And then over the E, right? And then we get into the break part, and that goes like this. Okay, that's the first part. So we're going to be open A string, and I'm just going to fret this like with my second finger on the D string and my first finger on the G string. And it's so B string, G string, B string, D string. Right? Okay, that's the first one. And then we're going to slide that down and just play, be like D4 and G2 as our F sharp minor. So we've got, open B string, and while that's ringing, we're going to come back up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to G6. So we've got our, because the first one is on, right? later on it's da 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 da. It's rushed more, but the first one is on beat. Da, 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 da. Down here now. Right? And we absolutely have to have that B string ringing there, right? Because if we kill it, it'll just kind of, the whole thing will go, it just won't work. So do it again, but with the altered rhythm. Now, when we hit this note here, instead of using our first finger, I'm going to use my little finger here because I'm going to be heading into this C sharp minor chord. But I actually won't be playing that, the B string there. That'll be open B. So I'm going to go like this. Right? And again, you really have to keep that B string ringing, and that'll take a bit of practice because the tendency is to kill that B string. You know, but we want to have that ringing, so we want it to sound like this. Right? And then we're going to go exact same picking pattern, but now we just got that, right? What is that? A4, D6, G6 with the open B string, right? And now we're going to come down and form this D chord, but we don't need the full D, we just need that A note. And we're going to go open B, and we get the C sharp up here, right? Again on G6. So that little bit there would be. That, you know, really, again, critical to have that B string ringing. Do that again. And now we're going to play the E in the bass, and we're just going to do this. Right? Which is like our first figure, but over the E bass instead of the A. And then we're going to come down here, which is D2. And G1, it's like an E chord, right? But I'm just using these fingers. So I'm just going to go from there to there because I'm going to use that A string. So I'm going to go. Right? And just to suspend it, the A note, open B, and then we're back into this. Okay, so let's do that whole part from here. Let's say, who's gonna drive you home tonight? Okay, so that's pretty well it for that main part. And then I did another part, which is just going to follow the chords. And, you know, just the opening is A, then A major 7. You're just pulling right on the D, G, and B string, right? Now, instead of going, we're just going to go to sort of emulate that keyboard part, right? So, and we're just going to do that through the whole thing, right? Repeats, and then we're F sharp minor, right? And then B. Sharp minor, B, and A over E bass, A major 7 over E bass, okay, okay, so then in the break section, what happens is the keyboards start doing that 4 thing, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and all I did there is I went just the bass going dun dun, because I couldn't. I found it really hard to go dun 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 and keep that going, so I just cut out one of them. Like that. A again. Now the C sharp minor, the D, A over E, A major 7 over E. And the only other thing I added was the ending where I just went. And that's just a pinch of the A and the E, right? I'm going to keep that rhythm going with the thumb. So we're going to go open B string, G string. And when you put those two together, you know, it sounds decent. But you could, like I said, you can play it any way you want. You could just play this first part, or you could just just strum it, right? But I think for me, adding those and that. I just think those lines are so beautiful, you know, just really, really nice playing, that it adds a lot to the song. Okay, so anyways, that's it. There's a lot of stuff to work on there. It's a great song because as a beginner, you know, strumming those chords is not so bad, right? The only challenging part would be the bar chords. But the rest of it is not too bad. And then if you want to get a little bit more advanced, do the picking part too, right? So it gives you a lot to work on. Anyways, that's it. I hope you get something out of it. Hope you enjoy playing this song. Beautiful song. And yeah, we'll talk to you next time.